Hi, this is Pre-Algebra Lesson 1-10, Solve Problems with Rational Numbers. In this lesson, we'll be able to solve problems with rational numbers. Let's start with solve and discuss it. Stephen estimates the income and expenses for renting a phone accessory store in the mall. He enters the amounts in the table below. Should Stephen rent a phone accessory store? Explain. So when Stephen rents a store, what is he trying to get? He's trying to get profit. He's trying to get money. So what are some products that could be sold at a phone accessory store? There could be charging cables, maybe the cases, phone cases, and AirPods or headphones. There could be a lot of phone accessories in a phone accessory store. So if he sells those, he makes money. So if you look at the table below, sales represent how much money he earns, and frequency means every week he's going to earn that much money. So amount, $950 every week. So in a month, it's 950 times 4, right? Services. So if he fixes the phone or if he tries to help the customers, he also gets to get some pay. Right? So services would also be a money for him, around 2,875 each month. But he needs to pay the rent for the store, which is $4,500 each month, and traveling to and from the store is $7.5 each day. Merchandise that he needs to buy would be $1,650 each month. So in order to find out if Stephen should rent a phone accessory store or not, you need to figure out the profit and if he has any profit doing that. So let's calculate all these expenses and income together and see if it's a positive income or a negative expense. If expenses outweigh the income, then he loses money. But if he earns more money than he needs to pay, he earns money. So we're going to represent each of them as a monthly amount. So let's calculate them. If sales, the money that he earns from selling stuff, is $950 each week, well, how much would he get for a month? Times that by 4, right? So 950 times 4 plus 2,875 minus 4,500 and minus 7.5 times, that's on each day. So we're going to count a month into an average of 30 days. So 7.5 times 30 minus 1,650. Would that be a positive or a negative number is how we will try to figure out our answer. So 950 times 4 will be equivalent to 3,800 plus 2,875 minus 4,500, and 7.5 times 30 is 225 minus 1,650. Together, the total would be 300. So monthly, Stephen would earn $300 a month by renting a phone accessory store. It's not that much, but if he's trying to figure out if he's gonna make money or not, he does make money. So yes, he could rent and he will not lose money. Okay, so you can also say no if you think $300 is not enough for a month. It's not worth the work and time that you need to go through. But we can also say yes, Steven should rent a store because you will make a profit of $300 each month and may make even more per month in the future. So if the sales go up, then it's worth the time and money. But if you don't think it's gonna go up, then you can say no, it's not worth it. Okay? Alright, let's look at focus on math practices on the bottom. How can you assess the reasonableness of your solution using mental math or estimation strategies? What are mental math and estimation strategies? Mental math is when you calculate numbers in your mind. Estimation strategy would be referring to you're going to make an estimate and check for a reasonable answer by the estimation you get. So if you estimate $950 to $10,000 each week, it's going to be $4,000. And then estimate this as a $3,000. So say this is a estimation, okay? $4,000 and that's $3,000. $4,000 per month, $3,000 per month, and then $4,500. That's fine. And every day it's 10. If we estimate 7.5 into $10, each day will be 300. So each month would be 300 per month. And then we could estimate this into 1,500. And so if we add 4,000 and 30,000, you get 7,000 approximately. 7,000 minus 4,500 would be 2,500. Minus 1,500 is 1,000. Minus 300 would be a 700. So it's still a positive 700 as an estimate. So using estimate, you can check if your answer is reasonable. Okay, so let's write down the process of the estimation. So we could say we could round each of the amounts to numbers that are easy to compute, which are called compatible numbers. Compatible numbers. So sales would be 1,000 per week or 4,000 per month. And we have services for 3,000 per month, and we have rent as it is, and we have travel being $10 per day or 300 per month, and merchandise as 1,500 per month. And so adding, that's a negative, and that's negative, that's negative, and that's negative, and adding them, you get 4,000 plus 3,000 minus 300 minus 4,500 minus 300 minus 1,500 is going to be 700. So estimated to be about 700. So his monthly profit would be estimated to be about $700. Okay, let's start with examples. Throughout this lesson, please think about how you can decide which rational number operations to use to solve problems. Example 1. Decide which operations to use to solve problems. Water drains steadily out of a lock to lower a boat from one level to another. What is the boat's change in position each minute? The boat lowers 3 feet, and that took 4.5 minutes to lower the boat. So, each minute, in order to figure out each minute, what do? The total the boat got lowered divided by 4.5 minutes would give you exactly the amount of the boat being lowered per minute. So using the bar diagram, you can divide 3 feet, negative 3 feet into 4.5 blocks. And each whole box represents the boat's change in position in 1 minute. And you can figure out using equation as well. Negative 3 divided by 4.5 could be written as negative 3 divided by 9 over 2. So change the mixed number into a fraction. And you can rewrite the division equation into a multiplication equation by using the reciprocal. We learned this in Math 6. Right, negative 3 times 2 over 9 would be equal to negative 6 over 9, which will be then simplified to negative 2 over 3. So the boat's change in position each minute is negative 2 over 3 feet. Do not forget your measurement. The boat lowers 2 over 3 feet each minute is the correct answer. Now it's your turn. Let's look at try it. A weather balloon ascended from an elevation of 18 feet below sea level to an elevation of 19.5 feet above sea level. What distance did the weather balloon rise? Please fill in the blank and figure out the answer. Come back when you're ready for answer. Okay, are you ready? So the distance between 2 points is the absolute value of their blank. Distance between 2 points is the absolute value of their difference. You're gonna find the difference. So, absolute value of negative 18 minus 19.5 should be 37, positive 37.5. So the weather balloon rose a distance. Distance is always positive. That's why we use absolute value. Distance of 37.5 feet. Okay? If you got the answer correctly, good job. How can you decide which operation to use to solve a problem? How did you know if you needed to subtract or add or multiply or divide? Because when you understand, if you want to find the distance between 2 points, it's always going to be a difference. Or you can draw a bar diagram to use a number line or use a number line to help you make sense and to understand the problem. And then you can decide which operation you can use to solve the problem if it doesn't click right away. So make sure you know you have these options. Draw a bar diagram or use a number line to help you make sense of and understand the problem situation. Then decide which operation to use to solve the problem. Okay? Alright, let's look at the next example. Example 2. Use properties of operations with rational numbers. Kevin played a trivia game. Each correct answer is worth 2.25 points, and each incorrect answer is worth -1/2 points. What was Kevin's score? So total number of correct answers he got was 15, and total incorrect is also 15. But he gets more points for a correct answer than he does get deducted with the incorrect answer. So one way you can use to solve a problem is multiplying 15 with the positive point, multiplying 15, the number of incorrect answers, with a negative point, -1/2, and then adding them. So you can multiply first and then add in order to figure out how many points you got total. Another way you can do is using the same equation. You can first use the distributive property backwards to say, oh, because 15 is multiplied the same in the same equation, we can take out 15 and add the points first and multiply that with 15, and you should get the same number of points. Okay? In case you didn't know, distributive property says A times B plus C is equal to A times B plus A times C. So if you can use distributive property, you can save time in a lot of different problems. Okay, let's look at try question. Rashida had 18 correct answers and 12 incorrect answers. What was Rashida's score? So in this case, she has different numbers for correct answers and incorrect answers, so you cannot use distributive property. So in this case, you will have to manually multiply 18 by your positive point 9/4 and 12 by -1/2 to get the total point. See if you can do it by yourself. Come back when you're ready for checking your answer. Okay, are you ready? So, what did you get? 18 times 9/4 plus 12 times -1.5 should equal to 69/2 or 34.1 points. Okay, so Rashida got higher score than Kevin did. Let's look at example 3. Solve multi-step problems with rational numbers. The temperature at 4 p.m. was 2.5 degrees Fahrenheit. It dropped 0.75 degrees Fahrenheit each hour for the next 4 hours. What was the temperature at 8 p.m.? So after 4 hours since 4 p.m., it's going to be 8 p.m. So from the beginning temperature of 2.5, it dropped 0.75 every hour. So you want to know how much total it dropped. 2.5 is the beginning, but first you're going to multiply 0.75 by 4 to get how many degrees of a Fahrenheit the temperature dropped for the next 4 hours. So -0.75 times 4 is going to be -3. So the total change is negative 3. So from 2.5, you're going to subtract 3 to get negative 0.5. So the temperature at 8 p.m. was negative 0.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, let's look at the last try it. The temperature at 10 a.m. was negative 3 degrees Fahrenheit. It increased 2.25 degrees Fahrenheit each hour for the next 5 hours. What was the temperature at 3 p.m.? So at 10 a.m., it started at negative 3 degrees Fahrenheit. Every hour, it increases 2.25 Fahrenheit each hour. So you want to know the total change in temperature for the next 5 hours in order to figure out the temperature at 3 p.m. So if you can figure this out by yourself, come back when you're ready for answers. Okay, are you ready? You're doing the same thing. So multiply 2.25 by 5, and what do you get? 11.25. So 11.25 is added because it's increased, right? It's added from negative 3. That means you can write an equation, negative 3 plus 11.25. And that's going to equal 8.25. So the temperature at 3 p.m. was 8.25 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, let's wrap up our lesson. So this lesson 10 was about solving a problem with rational numbers by making sense of the problem and deciding which operations to use. Please apply all the rules you learned in this topic to decide which operation and how to use the rules of operations to solve problems with rational numbers. Okay, guys, that was end of topic 1. Great job for finishing it. We learned about rational number operations in topic 1, and we're going to continue with real numbers in the next topic. See you in the next video. Bye.